Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you into a state of mind where true power begins, not in the noise of reaction, but in the calm of control. Imagine a version of yourself that moves through challenges without flinching, walks through criticism without shrinking, and faces chaos with unwavering calm. That version of you already exists. It's simply waiting for permission to lead. In a world that constantly demands your emotions, your energy, and your attention, strength lies not in how loudly you respond, but in how quietly you remain unfazed. When you act as if nothing affects you, you train your mind to focus only on what matters: your purpose, your mission, your growth. You're not pretending, you're choosing. Choosing to rise above petty distractions. Choosing to remain grounded when others shake. Choosing to keep your eyes on the prize while the world tries to pull you in every direction. This is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about mastering them. It's about walking into every room, every situation, every storm, as the calmest presence there, because you know exactly who you are, and nothing from the outside can alter that. That, my friends, is the mindset that builds empires, creates legends, and shapes unbreakable individuals. And it starts the moment you decide to act, not react. There comes a moment in every person's life when the world seems to shake. The winds of doubt blow hard. The storms of failure, criticism, and rejection rage without mercy. Friends may falter, opportunities may vanish, and even your own confidence may begin to tremble. But in that very moment, the difference between those who rise and those who fall is found in one invisible yet powerful force: an unshakable mindset. To master the art of inner calm is to discover the engine of success that runs not on luck, not on approval, and not even on talent alone, but on absolute control of your thoughts. Your mind, when disciplined and directed, becomes a fortress that no storm can breach. It becomes your headquarters of power, where fear cannot reside and doubt is shown the door. You see, life will not stop presenting obstacles. You cannot control what happens around you, but you have supreme command over what happens within you. And that is the greatest victory you will ever win, the victory over your own mind. When you reach that place of inner calm, you become a commander of your destiny. You make decisions not based on panic or pressure, but from clarity. You speak not to impress, but with purpose. You move not in reaction, but with precision and direction. The truth is, no great achievement has ever been born from a restless, scattered, or fearful mind. Those who move mountains do so with quiet confidence. They do not shout about their plans, they execute them. They do not break under pressure, they become sharper. That is the unshakable mindset in action. And how does one build this powerful calmness? It begins with one simple decision: to take full responsibility for your thoughts. Not some of them, all of them. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. You must stop allowing every opinion, every setback, and every distraction to rent space inside your head. You must train your thoughts like a general trains an army, with discipline, repetition, and relentless focus. Your mind, like a garden, will grow what you plant. If you allow seeds of worry, they will bloom into anxiety. If you permit thoughts of limitation, they will become beliefs. But if you plant seeds of strength, confidence, and vision, they will bear the fruits of peace, power, and progress. Inner calm is not found by accident. It is cultivated with effort. Meditation, reflection, planning, these are not luxuries of the idle. They are tools of the achievers. Take time to sit with your thoughts. Ask yourself, are these thoughts moving me forward or holding me back? Are they grounded in truth or built on fear? Are they rooted in vision or poisoned by the opinions of others? This self-examination is the foundation of mental power. Do not mistake stillness for weakness. To be calm under pressure is to be dangerous in the best way. It means you cannot be baited, rattled, or pushed into poor decisions. It means you are in control of your energy, and you only invest it where it counts. People will feel it. They may not understand it, but they will respect it. Because in a world of emotional chaos, the calm are kings and queens. There will be times when everything inside you wants to scream, react, or give up. But that is exactly when you must pause and remember who you are. You are not your circumstances. You are not the opinions thrown at you. You are not even the failures you faced. You are the architect of your mind, the author of your emotions, and the captain of your soul. Your inner calm is not a gift. It is a declaration of strength. And let us not forget, the journey to mastering inner calm is not without struggle. You will stumble. You will face days when your thoughts run wild. But each time you pull yourself back to focus, each time you choose patience over panic, discipline over distraction, and purpose over pride, you are forging a mind that cannot be shaken. Eventually, people will wonder how you do it, how you stay so composed, how you manage so much without losing yourself. They won't see the battles you fought within, but you'll know. You'll know the price you paid to train your mind, and you'll walk through life not with arrogance, but with quiet power. This is your call to build that power, to become the person who doesn't flinch in crisis, who doesn't shrink in the face of challenge, and who doesn't chase approval or fear judgment. Act from purpose, or speak from clarity, move from vision. That is the unshakable mindset. So take a deep breath, not to escape, but to anchor yourself. Let the world spin. Let the noise roar. You stay grounded. You stay focused. And you walk forward, calm, confident, and completely unstoppable. In life, there is a tremendous power that most people fail to harness: self-control. The ability to master your emotions, to remain calm in the face of chaos, to maintain focus when the world around you is pulling you in every direction. This power, often underestimated, is the difference between those who achieve great things and those who remain stuck in the cycle of reaction and regret. The key to lasting success lies in becoming emotionally untouchable, developing the capacity to control your emotions rather than letting them control you. Imagine a life where you are no longer moved by every criticism, insult, or challenge that comes your way. A life where you are in complete command of your feelings, thoughts, and actions, regardless of external circumstances. This is the life of someone who has mastered the art of emotional self-control. They are not unaffected by the world around them. They simply choose how they respond. It is easy to react to the challenges life throws at us. In fact, most people do. When faced with disappointment or failure, the natural reaction is often frustration, anger, or fear. These emotions are powerful, but they are also fleeting. They come and go, often without leaving any lasting value. When you allow yourself to be swept away by your emotions, you become a puppet to external circumstances. You are no longer in control. You become subject to the whims of the world around you. However, those who have developed emotional self-control have learned to take a step back. Instead of immediately reacting to life's challenges, they pause, reflect, and choose a response that serves their higher purpose. They are not cold or indifferent. They simply do not allow their emotions to govern their actions. They understand that true power lies not in the immediate reaction, but in the deliberate and thoughtful response. Self-control is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It is about understanding them, managing them, and choosing how you express them. When you can do this, you are free. You are no longer at the mercy of the world. You are not defined by your circumstances, but by your ability to choose how you respond to them. This is the essence of emotional strength. To become emotionally untouchable, you must first understand the role that emotions play in your life. Emotions are simply signals that something important is happening within or around you. They are not good or bad in themselves. They are simply a reflection of your thoughts and beliefs at any given moment. What matters is how you interpret and respond to these signals. For example, when you feel anger rising within you, it is not the anger itself that is the problem, but how you choose to react to it. You can allow the anger to control you, reacting impulsively with words or actions that you later regret. Or you can pause, acknowledge the anger, and decide how you want to respond. You might choose to express your feelings calmly, or you may decide to let go of the anger altogether. The power is in your hands. This is not an easy skill to master. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. You must be willing to observe your emotions without judgment and without attachment. It means becoming aware of the thoughts that trigger your emotions and taking responsibility for them. When you no longer blame external circumstances for how you feel, you reclaim your power. One of the most important aspects of emotional self-control is learning to detach from the opinions and actions of others. People will criticize you, misunderstand you, or even try to manipulate you. But when you are emotionally untouchable, their words and actions no longer have the power to affect your inner peace. You no longer need approval or validation from others. Your sense of self-worth is not contingent on the opinions of those around you. You have learned to value yourself from within, and nothing can take that away from you. Another key to emotional self-control is the ability to stay focused on your goals, regardless of the distractions that life throws your way. There will always be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. People will try to discourage you, circumstances will make things difficult, and your own fears and doubts will try to creep in. But when you have developed emotional self-control, you understand that these are just temporary obstacles on the path to your success. You do not allow them to derail you. You stay calm, stay focused, and keep moving forward with determination. When you can remain emotionally untouchable, you also begin to build resilience. You become stronger with each challenge you face. Each time you choose not to react, but to respond with purpose and clarity, you build the mental fortitude that allows you to face even greater challenges with ease. The more you practice emotional self-control, the more natural it becomes. You begin to develop an unshakable confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. And here lies the true power of emotional self-control. It allows you to turn adversity into opportunity. When you can maintain your composure during difficult times, you are able to think more clearly, make better decisions, and find solutions to problems that others might miss. Instead of succumbing to stress or anxiety, you remain calm and collected, seeing the situation for what it is, and responding in the most effective way possible. In addition, emotional self-control enhances your relationships. People are drawn to those who remain calm and composed, especially in times of crisis. When you can manage your emotions effectively, you become a source of strength and stability for others. You inspire trust, respect, and admiration. People will look to you as a leader, not because of your title or position, but because of your ability to stay grounded and composed no matter the situation. Becoming emotionally untouchable does not mean that you are immune to hardship or that you do not feel the full range of human emotions. It means that you have the power to choose how to respond to those emotions. You no longer allow them to control you. Instead, you control them. You understand that emotions are temporary, and you are not defined by any single feeling. What defines you is your ability to rise above them and stay true to your purpose. The ability to control your emotions is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It is the key to unlocking your full potential and achieving success in every area of your life. It is the foundation upon which all other skills and qualities are built. Once you master self-control, nothing will be able to shake you, and nothing will be able to stop you. In every person's life, there will come a time when setbacks appear as insurmountable obstacles, blocking the path to success. The job you lost, the business that failed, the relationship that crumbled, or the dream that slipped away. These are the moments that test your very spirit. But within these moments of struggle lies an incredible opportunity, one that only a select few ever recognize. That opportunity is to choose silence over reaction, and to transform your setbacks into the greatest comebacks of your life. It is natural to feel the sting of defeat, to feel anger or frustration rise within you when things go wrong. It is easy to react in the heat of the moment, throwing words that you don't mean, making decisions driven by emotion, or retreating into despair. But the real power comes from the ability to pause, to silence the noise inside your head, and to act with deliberate calm. In those moments of silence, the seeds of greatness are sown. When setbacks strike, your first instinct may be to react. You might want to blame others, curse the circumstances, or take immediate action to fix what seems broken. But the most powerful people in the world don't react. They respond. They don't let their emotions dictate their next steps. They take the time to assess the situation, to gather their thoughts, and to choose their path with clarity and purpose. The silence before the reaction is the place where transformation occurs. It is in this pause that you regain control of your emotions. that you disconnect from the immediate rush of adrenaline and disappointment and allow yourself to make the best decision. When you react hastily, you often make decisions that only compound your problems. But when you allow silence to take the lead, you open yourself to the space where creativity and wisdom can emerge. In that space, you will find the seeds of your comeback. There is no failure that cannot be transformed into a victory if you approach it with the right mindset. A setback, no matter how painful, is simply a redirection. It is life's way of guiding you toward a more suitable path or teaching you a lesson that will equip you for future challenges. But if you react impulsively, you might miss the lesson, or worse, you may let that moment define you, trapping you in a cycle of bitterness or regret. True power lies in turning setbacks into comebacks, not by ignoring the hardship, but by using it as fuel to propel yourself forward. The people who achieve lasting success are those who do not see failure as the end, but as a stepping stone. They understand that every setback is a chance to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. They don't let adversity break them, they let it build them. There are many times in life when things don't go as planned. But in those moments, you have the choice to either dwell in negativity or to rise above it, to stay silent, not in resignation, but in introspection. It is in the silence that you begin to understand the true nature of your challenge. You can assess the situation, identify what went wrong, and adjust your strategy. You can recalibrate your approach and move forward with newfound strength. Each time you face a setback, you are faced with an opportunity to show who you truly are. You can react in anger, frustration, or bitterness, or you can choose the path of resilience. You can choose to remain silent, to gather your thoughts, and to respond in a way that positions you for success in the future. It is in this response, in the way you handle the setbacks, that your true character is forged. The world will not remember the times you failed. It will remember how you came back from those failures. It will remember your ability to rise from the ashes of adversity and keep moving forward, unbroken and unbowed. The greatest comebacks are not born in moments of triumph, but in moments of hardship. They are born in the silence before the storm, when the heart is calm and the mind is clear. To master the art of silence over reaction, you must cultivate patience. You must learn to let go of the need for immediate gratification and trust that your response will carry you farther than any rash decision ever could. In the stillness of your mind, you can gain clarity. You can observe the circumstances objectively and choose a course of action that aligns with your long-term goals. Remember that every great achiever has faced setbacks. Every legend has encountered obstacles, failures, and disappointments. But what sets them apart is not the absence of failure, but their ability to respond. Their ability to step back, pause, and then rise with even more determination, insight, and resilience. They know that life's challenges are simply opportunities for growth, and they don't let the fear of failure prevent them from trying again. You have this same power within you. The next time you encounter a setback, choose silence. Give yourself the time and space to process what has happened. Feel your emotions, but do not let them dictate your actions. Step back from the immediate crisis and look at the bigger picture. You will find that with time, your perspective shifts. You will see opportunities where others see only walls. You will find solutions where others see only problems. And in that silence, in that deliberate pause before action, you will discover the strength and wisdom to turn your setbacks into comebacks. You will rise above the challenges, stronger and more equipped to handle whatever lies ahead. Your ability to turn adversity into triumph will become your greatest asset, and your response, rather than your reaction, will define your future. So, take a moment to embrace silence in the face of adversity. Allow it to guide you, to center you, and to empower you. When you stop reacting and start responding with calm purpose, you will begin to see your setbacks not as defeats, but as opportunities for transformation. And in the end, your greatest triumphs will be born from your ability to turn each setback into a magnificent comeback. In life, chaos is inevitable. It comes in many forms: unexpected challenges, unforeseen setbacks, personal trials, or external forces beyond our control. The world will always present obstacles, and it will never ask for permission before doing so. But there is one fundamental truth that separates those who rise above their circumstances from those who fall victim to them: confidence in chaos. It is not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to remain steadfast and unshaken in the midst of it. Imagine walking through a storm, with winds howling and rain pelting down. Everything around you seems to be falling apart. But instead of panicking, you stand tall, your eyes focused on your destination. You are not swept away by the turmoil. You remain calm and steady, knowing that no matter how fierce the storm may be, it cannot defeat you. This is the essence of confidence in chaos, remaining calm, composed, and resolute in the face of life's challenges. Confidence in chaos is not built in the easy moments. It is forged in the fires of adversity, shaped by the difficulties you face and the choices you make during the toughest times. It is the ability to walk through the fire without getting burned. It is the power to take setbacks, difficulties, and failures in stride and use them as fuel to propel yourself forward. It is understanding that no matter how harsh the conditions may be, you have within you the strength and resilience to navigate through them with grace. One of the most crucial aspects of developing confidence in chaos is understanding that external circumstances do not define your reality. Your response to those circumstances does. Chaos will come whether you are prepared for it or not. The question is, how will you respond? Will you allow the storm to dictate your emotions, your actions, your thoughts? Or will you rise above it, grounded in the belief that you are in control of your destiny, no matter the chaos around you? It all begins with mindset. Confidence in chaos is a mental skill, a way of thinking that allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, even when the immediate situation seems overwhelming. When chaos strikes, it is easy to become distracted by the noise, the anxiety, the fear, the doubts. But those who thrive in chaos have trained their minds to tune out the distractions and stay laser-focused on their goals. They do not let the storm blur their vision. They keep moving forward with clarity and purpose, one step at a time. The key to this mental fortitude lies in preparation. Confidence does not arise from an absence of fear or uncertainty. It comes from knowing that, regardless of the situation, you have the tools, the skills, and the resilience to handle it. You must cultivate inner strength by preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for the inevitable challenges ahead. This means taking time to develop your skills, your mindset, and your emotional intelligence so that when chaos comes knocking, you are ready to face it with confidence. Another vital element of confidence in chaos is the ability to stay calm in moments of crisis. When the world around you is spinning, when the pressure is mounting, and when everyone else is panicking, the ability to stay composed is a sign of true strength. When you remain calm, you are able to think clearly, make better decisions, and find solutions to problems that others may overlook. In the face of chaos, your calmness becomes a source of power, allowing you to maintain control over your emotions, your actions, and your reactions. It is easy to lose confidence when things go wrong. It is easy to succumb to doubt, fear, and frustration when faced with obstacles. But confidence in chaos is about trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It is about knowing that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities to learn and grow. It is about taking each challenge in stride and maintaining the belief that no matter how difficult the journey, you are capable of overcoming it. True confidence is not built in the absence of adversity, but in the presence of it. It is forged in the moments when everything seems to be falling apart, yet you stand firm, unwavering in your belief that you will emerge stronger. Confidence in chaos is not a gift given to you by the universe. It is something that you create within yourself through your actions, your mindset, and your perseverance. To walk through fire without getting burned, you must first cultivate an inner fire of your own. This fire is your passion, your purpose, and your unshakable belief in yourself. When you are driven by a sense of purpose, when you know where you are going and why, nothing can extinguish your flame. The fire of confidence burns bright even in the darkest of times, guiding you through the toughest challenges with unwavering resolve. Furthermore, confidence in chaos requires the ability to adapt. Life will never unfold exactly as you expect. Plans will change, circumstances will shift, and the road ahead may take unexpected twists. But those who thrive in chaos are not rigid. They are flexible and adaptable, able to adjust their approach and stay focused on their end goal. They understand that success is not a straight path, but a journey of constant learning and growth. One of the greatest advantages of developing confidence in chaos is the ability to remain resilient in the face of failure. Everyone experiences setbacks, everyone faces moments of doubt and disappointment. But those who possess confidence in chaos do not let failure define them. Instead, they view failure as a stepping stone, an opportunity to learn, adapt, and become even stronger. They bounce back from failure with renewed determination and a deeper understanding of what it takes to succeed. When you learn to walk through fire without getting burned, you gain a profound sense of empowerment. You no longer fear the challenges life throws at you because you know that you have the strength, resilience, and mental clarity to navigate through them. You become unstoppable, unshakable, and unwavering in your pursuit of success. Confidence in chaos is not a trait you are born with. It is something you develop through experience, practice, and a commitment to growth. It is the belief that, no matter what happens, you have the power to rise above it. It is the knowledge that even in the toughest of times, you can stand firm, stay calm, and continue moving forward with confidence. So the next time you find yourself facing chaos, remember this: you are capable of walking through fire without getting burned. The storm may rage, the challenges may seem insurmountable, but your confidence, grounded in your preparation, your resilience, and your purpose, will carry you through. Stand tall, stay calm, and walk forward with the unwavering belief that you have the power to overcome anything that comes your way. In a world that constantly demands validation through words, gestures, and grand gestures, there exists a far more powerful way to win, a way that transcends the need for applause and recognition. True victory is not always loud. It is often quiet, steadfast, and unshakable. It lies not in what you say, but in what you do. Winning quietly is about letting your actions speak louder than your emotions, allowing your results to echo your efforts without the need for constant external approval. Imagine a person who, despite facing countless challenges, never boasts of their achievements. They do not seek the spotlight, nor do they demand recognition. Yet when others look at their life, they see success. They see progress. They see the fruits of hard work, persistence, and quiet dedication. These individuals understand the power of silence in their pursuits. They have learned that true strength lies in action, not in words. In a society that is increasingly obsessed with outward displays of success, social media posts, public accolades, and immediate recognition, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that your worth is determined by the noise around you. But the reality is that actions, not words, create lasting impact. The quiet achiever knows this, and it is their humility and focus that allow them to push through obstacles and achieve what many only dream of. Winning quietly requires self-discipline and a clear understanding of your goals. It is about staying focused on what truly matters and not allowing distractions, whether they come from external sources or your own emotions, to derail you. Emotions can be powerful forces. They can cloud judgment, fuel impulsive decisions, or lead to reactions that don't align with your true desires. But when you choose to let your actions speak louder than your emotions, you become the master of your destiny. You respond with purpose, not in reaction to fleeting feelings. This approach to life also means learning to value progress over perfection. Many are caught in the trap of seeking perfection, constantly trying to do everything perfectly to gain approval. But perfection is not the goal. Progress is. When you are focused on making consistent progress, you are less concerned with how others perceive your actions. Your attention is directed inward, on the growth you are cultivating, the skills you are developing, and the distance you are covering step by step. True winners don't waste time justifying themselves. They don't engage in lengthy explanations or seek the approval of others to validate their efforts. They know that their actions will speak for themselves. The quiet winner understands that every choice, every task, every small victory adds up to something far greater than any temporary recognition could provide. And they have the patience to let their results unfold in due time, without the need for constant affirmation. In the journey of winning quietly, there is also a deeper understanding of self-worth. You do not need external praise or validation to feel accomplished. You recognize that the work you do, the progress you make, and the integrity you maintain are the true markers of success. You are secure in the knowledge that you are moving forward, regardless of whether the world notices. Your satisfaction comes not from the accolades, but from the quiet satisfaction of knowing that you are doing what you said you would do and sticking to your commitments. When your actions speak louder than your emotions, you also learn to control your reactions. Life will test you, and there will be moments when emotions threaten to take over, when frustration rises, when disappointment sets in, or when fear looms large. But the quiet achiever does not succumb to these emotions. Instead, they use those emotions as signals, not as commands. They acknowledge how they feel, but they do not let it dictate their actions. They respond from a place of purpose, not impulsive reaction. This is not to say that emotions are unimportant. They are a natural part of the human experience and they offer valuable insights. But winning quietly is about ensuring that emotions do not control you. It is about recognizing that your emotions are temporary, and the impact of your actions will endure far longer than any emotional reaction. You make decisions based on logic, reason, and long-term vision, not on the immediate impulse to react. Furthermore, winning quietly requires patience. Success rarely comes overnight, and the path to achieving your dreams is often long and winding. There will be times when progress feels slow, when it seems like your hard work is going unnoticed. But the quiet achiever knows that the results will come. They trust the process. They understand that true success is not defined by instant gratification, but by the steady accumulation of effort, resilience, and commitment over time. They trust that their quiet work will eventually speak louder than any external noise. One of the greatest strengths of winning quietly is the ability to maintain focus on your goals without becoming distracted by the opinions of others. It is easy to get caught up in the comparisons, the judgments, and the external pressures that surround us. But the quiet achiever does not measure their success by the yardstick of others. They define success on their own terms, and they stay true to their vision, regardless of how others may view them. They understand that the only opinion that truly matters is their own. In relationships, this quiet form of winning also proves valuable. People respect those who do not seek attention or validation, but instead let their actions define them. The quiet achiever leads by example, not by boasting of their accomplishments. They inspire others through their work ethic, their integrity, and their consistent actions. In the end, it is not the loudest voices that have the greatest impact, but those whose actions align with their values and vision. So, how can you begin to embrace the power of winning quietly in your own life? Start by focusing on your actions rather than your words. Shift your attention from seeking validation to making steady progress toward your goals. Practice self-discipline and learn to control your emotions. Let your actions speak louder than any temporary emotional response or external praise. Most importantly, trust that the quiet victories you achieve through consistent effort and integrity will, in the end, far outweigh the noise of temporary recognition. Winning quietly is about choosing to let your results speak for themselves. It is about taking pride in the journey, not the accolades. It is about creating a life built on steady action, not fleeting emotion or external approval. And when you do this, you will find that success, true success, is not only about the end goal, but about the quiet, consistent work you do every single day to get there. In the end, success is not measured by the noise you make, but by the quiet strength of your actions. Let your results speak louder than your words. Embrace patience, discipline, and emotional control, and trust that steady progress will always outshine fleeting recognition. Remember, it's not the applause that defines you, but your unwavering commitment to your goals. So, move forward with purpose. Let your actions lead the way, and know that true success comes to those who win quietly, with integrity, resilience, and unwavering belief in their own potential. Keep going. Your results will speak for themselves.